Let's take a simple example of this. You might notice that what we're about to write is similar to something we wrote previously when we used for loops, and that's exactly right. Any for loop can be written as a while loop. Let's write some code to count up to a number with a while loop. First, we create the variable I and set it equal to 1, and then we run our while loop. The syntax of a while loop is to start with the word while, bold and in red because it's a reserved word, and then follow it with some kind of logical expression. In this way, a while loop is very similar to an if statement. You start with the keyword, either while or if, and then some logical expression that will evaluate to either true or false. The indented code under the while loop will run as long as that logical expression remains true. It rechecks the logical expression at the end of each execution of the loop, and if it's still true, it runs again. If it's not true, it continues. So the first time our code reaches line 3, it checks if I is less than 11. I is currently 1, so sure enough it is. And so it runs lines 4 and 5. The current value of I was 1, so it prints 1. Then it adds 1 to I, and so next time the loop runs, I will be 2. So after running line 5, the value of I is 2, returns to the loop, checks to see if this logical expression is true. It's still not, and so the loop runs again. Now the value of I is 2, so 2 is printed. We add 1 to I, now I is 3, checks the conditional, 3 is still less than 11, and so it runs yet again. It continues that for I being 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. On that last execution of the loop though, when I is set equal to 10, line 5 will increment I to 11. 11 is no longer less than 11. When I equals 11, I is not less than 11. And so that's where this code stops. It stops printing because that logical expression is no longer true. Notice that we're incrementing I after we print it. If we incremented it first, we would instead see 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way to 11 instead of 1 through 10. That's because it checks this condition at the end of the body of the loop, not after every single line. Notice how similar this is to our for loops. With our for loops, we kept saying that at the end of each run of the loop's body, it would return to the loop and say, am I done yet? There, am I done yet meant, have I used all the values in the list yet? Here, am I done yet means, have I fulfilled that logical expression yet? So both kind of loops are the same. They run the body of the loop, and then at the end, they return to the loop and say, am I done yet? If they are, they continue with whatever code comes after. If they aren't, they run the code inside the body of the loop again.